I feel my power. Alice, I think she was the brain of our doubles, that's for sure. And I was the
30,000 Filipinos. One small Austrian city. A 20-year-old making her first ever clay court appearance at WTA 500 level.
No, I don't think that it makes it easier. Every single match is so tough, and
Alexandra Eala has arrived in Linz for the Upper Austria Ladies Linz Open, her first WTA 500 event on clay this season, and even before she strikes a single ball on the specially laid red clay inside the design center, something extraordinary is already unfolding. The Philippine embassy in Austria is mobilizing. Trains from Vienna are filling up. A vibrant Filipino diaspora is turning this quiet European city into a scene the tennis world has rarely witnessed before. Flags, chants, packed stands, a wave of support that feels less like a tennis tournament and more like a cultural homecoming. Eala enters the event ranked around number 45-46 after a strong hardcourt swing that saw her push deep into the round of 16 at both Indian Wells and Miami. Clay is uncharted territory at the highest professional level. She dominated the surface in her junior days and trained for years at the Rafa Nadal Academy, but proving herself on European clay as a top 50 player is a different challenge entirely. Days before her debut, she shared a simple Instagram story that captured everything. While out running in Linz, she spotted a Filipino grocery store and lit up with pure delight. "Oy Pilipinas," she captioned the Tagalog exclamation of joyful surprise, calling the store a hidden gem. That single post said more than any press conference ever could. Wherever Alex Eala goes, she carries a piece of home with her, and this week home is showing up in force. The contrast with the rest of the tour could not be sharper. In one corner stands Aryna Sabalenka, the world number one, with a staggering 231 record in 2026, multiple titles, and a dominant run through the Sunshine Double. Her tennis is undeniable, yet reports and fan videos from Indian Wells in March painted a different picture. Rows of empty seats during her matches, half-interested stadiums, and social media backlash over the sparse crowd. Similar murmurs surfaced around Miami, with sections looking noticeably thin even when the top-ranked player took the court. Now look at Linz, a WTA 500 event with a modest center court. Sabalenka is not even in the draw. The top seeds include players like Mira Andreeva and others, yet the real story dominating drama channels and social media is the electric atmosphere building around one name. Alexandra Eala. Tournament director Sandra Reichel, a former professional player herself, saw it coming long before most. In an interview with ABS-CBN Sports around April 5th, her words were warm, genuine, and unambiguous. "You have an amazing player in the Philippines," she said. "It's great for the Philippines, for the people, for the tennis fans. Alexandra is unbelievable, such an amazing player." Reichel didn't stop at praise. She confirmed that Eala would play every one of her matches on the biggest court available, center court, with its full capacity, rather than being relegated to outer courts in the early rounds. That decision speaks volumes. Reichel knows exactly what is coming. Across Austria, an estimated 30,000 Filipinos call the country home, many concentrated in Vienna, just a short train ride away. The Philippine embassy publicly encouraged the community to show up and support. This is no longer just a tennis tournament. It has become a cultural event, a moment of shared national pride on European soil. Put yourself in the shoes of any other player in the draw. You arrive expecting the usual WTA 500 atmosphere, professional, respectful, with a few hundred dedicated fans scattered throughout the week. Instead, you step onto the court and face a wall of sound, thousands of voices, waving flags, rhythmic chants of a single name that is not yours. While this explosion of identity and pride is unfolding in Linz, the contrast with Sabalenka's recent experiences becomes impossible to ignore. In Indian Wells and Miami, fan videos captured noticeably empty sections during matches involving the world number one. Drama coverage on YouTube and tennis forums dissected the issue for days, with some speculating that fans were prioritizing rising stars and compelling storylines over pure ranking dominance. In Linz, the script has flipped. A 20-year-old ranked outside the top 40, making her first serious foray onto European clay, is commanding center court and drawing cross-country travel from an entire diaspora. Fans who have followed Eala's journey from her junior days and Nadal Academy years saw this coming before the broader tennis establishment did. They understood something. The pure rankings could never measure. Filling seats is not solely about win-loss records, it is about who represents something larger than themselves. That Instagram story from the Filipino grocery store captured it perfectly. Eala was not performing for the camera. She was simply being herself, finding joy in small pieces of home while far away and sharing that joy with the people who have supported her every step of the way. When a player connects on that authentic level, applause turns into devotion. Alexandra Eala has spent decades in professional tennis, as a player then as an organizer. She has seen legends, rising stars, and grinders walk through the gates. When she calls Eala unbelievable, it carries weight. She did not have to assign center court for every round. Standard practice at WTA 500 events often saves the main stage for higher seeds. Eala made a different calculation. She saw the ticket demand surging. She saw the embassy mobilization. She saw the social media buzz. And she understood that Alexandra Eala is not just another name in the draw. She is the reason people are buying tickets and traveling. What is happening in Linz signals a shift the WTA has not fully reckoned with yet. The traditional model, promote the top-ranked players, assume fan interest follows the rankings, and build marketing around Grand Slam champions, is being challenged. Cultural identity, diaspora pride, and the power of representation are emerging as powerful new forces. Filipino communities exist in nearly every major city worldwide. Over 100 million people live in the Philippines itself, with millions more scattered across the Middle East, Europe, North America, and Asia. When one of their own steps onto a tennis court, it transcends sport. It becomes validation, a visible symbol of presence, resilience, and excellence in a sport long dominated by European and American narratives. Eala's upcoming clay schedule is packed: Stuttgart, Madrid, Rome, and ultimately Roland Garros. If the mobilization in Linz is any indication, tournament directors across Europe are about to experience what it means to host a player who travels with an entire nation behind her. Meanwhile, Sabalenka continues her dominant 2026 season. Her on-court results remain elite, but if attendance patterns from the hard-court swing persist, if fans continue showing stronger cultural connection and emotional investment in certain stories over pure ranking excellence, the WTA faces a growing commercial question. The player hoisting the trophy and the player filling the stadium are no longer guaranteed to be the same person. Eala is far from perfect. Her Miami run reminded everyone of the gap that still exists after solid wins. She suffered a heavy 0-6-26 loss that highlighted the leap from top 50 to top 10. She offered no dramatic social media reflection. Instead, she quietly moved on, shifted focus to clay preparation, flew to Austria, found that Filipino grocery store, and smiled. That quiet resilience says as much as any victory. Alexandra Eala called her unbelievable. Thousands of Filipinos across Austria answered the call. A 20-year-old making her clay debut at this level earned center court over traditional protocol, and somewhere the world number one has played in front of noticeably sparse crowds. Alexandra Eala is not just advancing through tournaments, she is quietly rewriting the economics of fan attention. She is proving that the era of the people's champion is no longer a theory, it is the emerging reality. The gap between ranking dominance and cultural dominance has rarely been wider. The fans who believed in her long before the wider world caught on are being proven right. Not because she has won a Grand Slam or cracked the top 10 yet, but because she has made herself impossible to ignore by staying exactly who she is. Is Eala's fan army the future of WTA attendance, or will the top players eventually find ways to build the same kind of deep personal cultural pull? Who are you showing up for the next time you buy a ticket? If you have been following Alexandra Eala's rise, if you saw this energy building before the rankings or the mainstream fully reflected it, then you are part of a community that recognized something special early. Subscribe, because this story is only moving on to the bigger clay stages. What happens at Roland Garros could make the scenes in Linz look like just a warm-up. Drop your prediction below. How far does she go in her first real clay campaign? At this level, the believers were right. The world is watching now.